It's Sharon from Mad Paper Crush, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a flip through of my 6th and final journal as a design team member for the Graphics Fairy. So I'm so glad you're here, and we're going to take a look at this in just a minute, but I just want to say that I have really loved being a part of the design team over at the Graphics Fairy. I've had so much fun exploring my style as I made different journals and using their beautiful graphics and great tutorials for all that I've put together on my journals that I've done during the last year. So I want to give a big shout out and a thank you to the Graphics Fairy for having me on their design team. So this journal that we're going to go through is my Forager's journal. So we're going to flip through the whole thing and see how it came together. I decided to create a Forager's journal because it's something I enjoy doing myself. So I love hiking in the woods and looking around at different plants and collecting them and, trying to figure out what things are and what wild things are growing right in my backyard. So that's where this theme came from. And I have a journal here, as you can see, and I have this little side piece. But before I open anything up, I just wanted to show you the different kits that I used from the Graphics Fairy so that you can see how they came together.
Okay, here are some of the kits that I used in my journal. The black and white apothecary kit is where the labels came from that I created throughout the journal. I used the berries and cherries kit for a lot of the fussy cuts, and also there you'll see some ATC printables in there. The bittersweet hues, I loved the complementary or the contrasting colors in this one for some of the pieces that I did. Pressed wild ferns, I did more fussy cuts with those. The herbal apothecary shop I used a lot throughout, and you'll see some cards and different things in my signatures with that. The Naturalist Library, these title pages were beautiful for making tags and having some background pieces. And the owls and mushrooms, I didn't use too many of the owls, but I did use, I think, almost all of the mushrooms in the kit. And then lastly, I used the Tattered Paper Treasures 2 kit for a lot of the backgrounds, and the printables had washi tape and all kinds of tatty fun papers to put throughout the journal.
All right, the journal itself is made from an old Girl Scout handbook that you can see there. So I thought that fit our theme very well. This book was falling apart, so I took it apart and used the front and back for the cover. And then I have kind of a fabric spine here that you can see. And then I also have this little separate little box here that you can see. And this is I just created this to hold some cards. So these are plates that were actually on one of the kits that I used, and I just cut them all down to the same size. And I would imagine that the forager using this journal might have these little plates in hand as you were out hiking around to kind of help you identify different herbs and different plants while you're out foraging. So I thought that was kind of a fun idea. And so these just pop right into this little box, and then they can go along with the journal. All right, and then the journal itself, I decided to make the closure with some more of the spine fabric that I used, and then I tied it together with some eyelets and some leather. So I thought that was really fun. So it's just easily untieable here, and I'm just going to slide it off. You could, pull these out if you wanted to, and I'm just going to lay this here. And then let's go ahead and do a flip through of this journal. All right. The book that I used actually had this old envelope that was already glued into the front. And so I didn't want to pull it apart or remove it in any way. I wanted to try to use it. So I did add a little bit of collage. This is my own doing here. But I loved this envelope and how it was already attached there. And there was even some things in here that I left in here as well. So let me see if I can pull them out so you can see what they are. So this was a little card for test and examines for the different medallions, I guess. I'm not sure what the name of that exactly would be, but there's different tests and there's an examiner. And so I thought that was really fun to include in this here. And then also there was this little handwritten note, and when you open it up, you can see it's the Star Spangled Banner written out. So I thought that was really fun too. So these two pieces are authentic to the book, and I'm leaving them in here. All right, let's move on to the first page here. So here you can see a tag with this little lace pocket that I made. And this is from the Ferns kit. And then this is from the Title Pages kit. And then this is from the original book. So I did find some pages that I could put back in here, and I tried to put some of the pages that may be related to a forager. So identifying different trees, I thought was fun to have in there. And I added some little sari ribbon to the top of these pages. And then there was some washi tape that I printed on clear sticker tape from the Tattered Treasure paper kit. I believe that's the second kit there. And then I do have some little dried flowers in a little cellophane there. And then here's another page from the original book telling you how to tie knots, which I thought that was fun. And then this is one of the printables from the herb kit. And I love how it has the herb on one side. It has kind of a description that you could, keep different notes and things for. And I made it into a little pocket, which has another smaller one. This one's wild fennel. And I added a little tag to that. So you could put other things in this envelope if you wanted to, but I like how that kind of came together right there. And then I just added, I created some labels from the apothecary kit, and then also from some of the mushroom images that I found throughout the graphics fairy to make some of these fun labels. And then this is a magnifying glass. So I figured this might be something really good to have if you're looking for something really small. So there is a magnifying sheet in there, and you can just, pull it out and use it to look at small things. And then this is more paper from the Tattered Treasure kit. And there's just a little fold out here with some pretty fabric. More pages from the book. And then I have some ledger pager here with more of the washi tape. And I did add tabs to each of the signatures. So you can see one on the first page there. And then I have another tab here on this signature. And then here I printed out this mushroom sheet, which is on the graphics fairy. And I think this is in the woodland kit, if I'm not mistaken. But I just printed it out and tried to make it look nice and grungy and old. But I'm sure it would be really a good thing to have some references like this as you're walking through the woods to try to help you identify things. And then I have some more coffee dyed paper in here. And then here's just an encyclopedia page with a little tuck spot I created and a little tag there. I thought it was fun to incorporate a compass. This wasn't this was in, I think, maybe one of the steampunk kits that I used to kind of have a compass in there. And then here's another one of those little envelopes or pockets that's in the middle of the signature here. And this one's chamomile, so that's a pretty flower there. And then another small little note card of Ragged Robin in the middle. Let's see if I can pop that back in there real quick. That's not real quick at all, is it? Okay. And then I have another pocket here. Here's another one of the labels that I created with some of the mushroom images. And then I made this tag using some of the different images along with some more of the Tattered Treasure papers there. And I loved adding some little stickers throughout just to add some interest. I do try to leave some blank pages so that if you're going to use it as a journal, you can. And then here's another little tuck spot that I created, and I found these two. I think this one was also from the woodland kit, these two little mushroom cards, and I thought they would be fun, kind of like little, field guides, if you will. And then here's the last signature with another tab on there. And I used some more of the title pages and some of the images from the Berries and Cherries kit on here. And then I made another little, just a little, this could be a tuck spot if you wanted to. It's just attached using a little eyelet there. I just thought it added some fun there with another mushroom that I found in the Graphics Fairy. And then this pocket is an images from the berries and cherries. And then I also created this little hand magnifier that you can open up and use to magnify something. So I thought this was really fun. I put it together using some of the papers from the kits that I used just to kind of pull everything together. But I love how this is sort of your hand magnifier that you could just pull out if you needed to as well. And then this is an envelope that came with the Tattered Treasures kit. So this was a printable that I printed out and folded up and glued together. And then I added this little note card here on using some of the herb pictures and some more of the title page pictures there for that. And then on the front, I used, I made another one of these little lace pockets. I love how you can see through the lace there to see what's on the inside, and created just this little note card there with a berries and cherries ATC card. So there was a bunch of those, and I did use them throughout as well. Even on the front, this is one of the berries and cherries ATC cards that were in the kit there. I'll put that together then. And then I used some Rolodex cards to make some note cards there. I love old Rolodex cards. And so I just added some of the pages from the Girl Scout handbook and some more images and some tape there for that. And this also is actually, let me pull out a little card here. This actually is a pocket as well. So I don't have anything in there, but you can see this is a little pocket. If you wanted to add something into there, you could as well. And then here's another, just one of those fun little spots with some berries and cherries cut out on there. And then here's another label I created. This I used from one of the Lily kits, I believe. And then I just kind of paper clipped on another one of the ATC cards with some fabric on there. And then here's another tuck spot, and I created this fun, this is an old glassine bag that's on the back, so it's like a tag or a note card with a glassine bag. So I just added another one of my labels that I created with one of the herbs on there. And then another pocket with another one of the labels I created. And here's another Rolodex card that I put together using some more fussy cuts and some fabric. And then on the last page, I have one more little note card that I created using another one of the fussy cut images, I think from the Woodland kit. I'm not sure where that one came from. And another one of the labels that I created from the Apothecary label set, and some berries and cherries. And then I left this back page blank as well, so that it would kind of match our front there. So you can kind of still see what was original in the book, and I liked kind of leaving that there as well. And that is it for the Forager's Journal. I hope that you enjoyed this flip through, friends. Thank you so much for joining me on this trip through being a design team member on the Graphics Fairy. Thank you so much for your kind comments and your interest. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel if you are enjoying some of the videos that I do. And thanks so much for joining me today. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.